Alright. So, I'm going to get things set up here, make sure everything's running right, and then we'll go live and finish up this race, hopefully. I don't remember how much time was left on the race when we ended, what was it, 3 days ago? But I at least have like another hour and a half of my driver's stint before I'll switch it over to my teammate. We will have to see. Alright. Showing everything on there. Okay, so hopefully everything goes well with this. I am on some medicine still from wisdom teeth removal, so hopefully that doesn't affect my ability for this. If it does, we'll just cut the stream short and I'll go play some normal games instead of trying to sim race. But we'll see. My monitor needs to be adjusted. There we go. I must have bumped it. So today I do have my laptop up beside me, so I'll be able to see chat whenever, I'm not trying to go around corners and stuff. So if there's anything wrong with the stream, put it in chat. When I see it, I can try to fix it. Since it is a co-op race, I'll be able to pause it, so if I need to adjust anything that's not quite right. But hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll have all my new parts. I ordered a Track Racer TR120 cockpit. It's an aluminum extrusion cockpit. It'll be a lot more stable, a lot more modular than what I have now. It'll be a little bit taller, so I'll be able to get right where I need to be on the screens. A lot of adjustment for the where I want to put things. I thought I was gonna get my new pedals today because they're here in my town, but they're not out for delivery still. So it probably won't be until Tuesday till they get here, but it's whatever. So yeah, so I got some new things coming. I'm just super excited. Luckily the Black Friday sale started early, so I took advantage of that and decided to bite the bullet and spend the money to get the nice stuff. So yeah, now I just gotta wait for it and be patient, which is probably my least favorite thing to do. I'm glad my face ain't too swollen. I'm able to put the headphones on, it's not pressing on anything. That's what I was kind of nervous about. Alright, so we got 5 hours and 51 minutes left in this race. It's a total of 8-hour race, so almost 2 hours left in my stint. A quick little recap of what's happened so far. I struggled quite a bit on the first hour or so. I double stinted some tires, and then when I pit stopped, I pretty much pulled a Ferrari pit stop strategy and replaced 3 out of my 4 tires, and so I had to then restart my stint. I lost about an hour of progress. And then when I came back after that hour restart or loss with the restart, the AI was freaking out a little bit, and some of them just stopped on the track and DNF. So as you can see, the Van Wall hypercars DNF, and LMP2's DNF'd. A lot of pretty much all the hypercars in LMP2s are DNF'd except for a few. Actually, yeah, there's just a few LMP2s left, and the rest is GTE. So I don't know what happened with the AI. They all just stopped in the middle of the racetrack. So it's kind of bugged. I don't really know what's going to happen, but we're just going to continue this race on. If I still am doing fine and want to race some more for this stream, when I complete my stint, there is a 12 hours of Le Mans that me, Finnis, and Corbin are the team drivers for, and I can go ahead and start the driver stint for that. But we'll just see how it goes. It mainly depends on how my mouth feels after all this talking and racing, so we shall see. So I'm going to leave these old tires on it from the last stint. Still being at 70% on my lowest is more than enough for this this next stint. So I'm going to double stint these tires. We only have a set amount of tires that we can use in these races. That kind of goes in with the pit stop strategy. That way you don't use them all up and, you know, just keep putting new tires on every pit stop. You got to kind of plan it out. I'm going to fill up my tank of gas. That's going to give me 21 laps, maybe more if I kind of go slow. I'm going to keep the aero the same way it's been this whole race because it's been fine. Luckily, no car damage that I need to worry about. So I'm going to go ahead and click start driving. We're going to get this pit stop done. And I'm going to chase down P1 after this pit stop. So I'm down to P3. And now we're off. Tires are pretty cold. I'm real excited about the TR120 cockpit coming in because once that's set up, I'll be able to adjust it better to, you know, fit me, and it's going to be a lot more sturdy than this cockpit I'm using now. Right now I have a Next Level Racing Challenger GT cockpit. It's got a center pillar for the wheelbase to be on, and it works great for more entry-level items such as like the Logitech G923. But once I got my Fanatec Direct Drive wheel, it's just too powerful and it's wobbly, and you lose some detailed feedback from that. There we go. That was real sketchy on that braking. Got him on the inside. Nice and clean. Tires were just warm enough to hold on to that. I'm going to try to be a little bit more conservative on being aggressive around these corners. I don't want to absolutely blow my tires out. Get them down to like 30% tread life. You'll see that on the bottom left of your screen on my tire wear indicators. The front left is what takes the most beating on this track. Different tracks just have different wears on tires. So I got to really watch that front left. You can see all in the pits, all those cars I DNF'd are out in the garage. I don't know if they ran out of gas and the AI just bugged out and didn't refill their tanks at a pit stop. I genuinely have no idea what happened. I uploaded the clip of me just going past everyone as they were stopping in the track on my TikTok and YouTube Shorts. It was really weird. I was having to dodge them left and right going around the track. First time I've ever seen that happen in this game in Le Mans Ultimate. Can I hold on to this? There we go. Try to do some engine braking by downshifting real fast on that corner. Because if I use too much brakes on that, the front left, which is the weakest tire, locks up so easy. Like I can just barely breathe on the gas pedal, and my tire's locking up and I'm sliding through it. So what I kind of do is coast into that, downshift quite aggressively, let those downshifts slow my car down enough to get around that tight corner. It's been a couple days since I've done this race, so I'm trying to get the feel back for this car, get the rotation in on the entrance and exits of corners, using the braking and the gas. So hopefully in the next couple laps I'll get a better feel for it, get back into the groove of things, and stop wearing down those tires. So I don't know if I've mentioned this before in any of my past streams with this game. This game's called Le Mans Ultimate. It's the official World Endurance Championship licensed game. And so they have the entire 2023 season in the game, and they've been adding the 2024 season that just concluded with the DLC packs. And they should have the new DLC pack coming, I think, either end of this month or beginning of next month. It's going to add the first round of GT3 cars, because the cars in here now are GTE, which was what last season's was, which is no longer part of the spec. I don't know what GT3 cars they're adding first, but the whole field will be added in the next two DLCs. So I'm hoping in this next one in December that the Mustang GT3 is in that pack, because that is, I'm biased, that's my favorite one. Obviously because I drive a Mustang in real life, so I'm hoping they have that added in the first pack, that way I can enjoy it in the game. But the 8 Hours of Bahrain was the final race of the 2024 season. That happened, was it last weekend? Last weekend or the weekend before that? I can't remember. I woke up early at 4 a.m. and watched it live on HBO Max. Was watching it all day. Crazy results at the end. Peugeot ended up getting P3 on it, so I was super happy about that. Like a good underdog story, and Peugeot for hypercar class is definitely the underdog. Okay, I'm back up to P1. I'm 46 seconds ahead of P2 for LMP2. I'm not going to be setting blazing fast track times. I'm going to try to ease around these corners, you know, not lose ground, but not gain ground either. I want to preserve these tires for this stint. I don't want to push so hard where I'm going to be so low that I'm just sliding off corners because I have no grip. That's the interesting thing about strategies for endurance racing, is it's not always about going balls to the wall fast all the time. Strategy plays a good part in it. After the Bahrain race, Valentino Rossi, he used to be, you know, MotoGP superstar, if you don't know him, legend in the motorcycle scene. He now does GT3 racing, and he does the BMW M4 GT3. But after the Bahrain race, he got to do the rookie test and got to go in the BMW M Hybrid hypercar and do some test laps in their hypercar. And I know a lot of the brands got to do the rookie test. I don't know who all did for what cars, but they had some rookies out there in the hypercars doing some laps, experiencing the higher class. And those cars are just insane. They sound so good. The Peugeot, ooh, it sounds so good. It's a V6, turbo V6 hybrid in a race car, which doesn't sound, you know, especially cool. Like the Cadillac has a gnarly sounding V8. But the Peugeot's V6 with that two-step sounds like a machine gun when they're coasting around corners. It sounded so good in person. Okay. Okay. That was almost bad. Really, bro? This Porsche's pissing me off, and of course it's going to be a track cut. No, no, it didn't give me a penalty, hell yeah. Well, I got around the Porsche, so I don't have to worry about getting bunted off the outside of the track anymore. Sometimes the AI in this game is really good at knowing where you're at around corners, and you can get good wheel-to-wheel battles. Sometimes it's like they're Stevie Wonder and can't see anything. I don't get it. But this game is made by like a relatively small studio, Studio 397. I can't remember what their name is. But I am impressed with the quality of this game. It definitely has its pros and cons. It's probably not everyone's cup of tea for racing, but I have actually really enjoyed LMU. I hope that the recent issues that they've been finding themselves having as a studio don't affect the future of the game, because I would love to see, you know, the 2025 season and so on added to this. Got just over 16 more laps of fuel left. 62% on my lowest tire. I think that's more than enough to get through this stint. I am losing a couple seconds, like P2's gaining on me a little bit, but that's to be expected. They probably have fresh tires after this last pit stop where I'm double stinting these. So after this next pit stop, when I put on fresh tires again, I'll build that gap right back up again. So I ain't too worried. The left side of the tires definitely take so much more of a beating than the right side, and that's just based on the corners of the track, the different sides of tire wear. That's what makes this track a difficult one in real life too, is it's just so hot and it just obliterates these tires that the race cars are using. It's the Ferrari, I think it was the 51, the number 51 Ferrari 499P actually got post-race penalty. They ended in P1, but they used more tires than they were allotted. I don't know on purpose or on accident. They used too many tires. And so they got a post-race penalty that dropped them down. That's how Peugeot actually ended up in P3 and got a podium win, was because of their penalty for Ferrari. I know the number 6 Porsche Penske won the Drivers' Championship after that race. Toyota won the Constructors' Championship for the 2024 season after Bahrain. The Menthai Racing Porsche, which would be the white and yellow Porsche, they won the championship for GT3, but they won that one at Fuji, I believe, because they were just that far ahead in the points for the championship. Ferrari before this fast left-hander. Pause it real quick, check my phone. Got some guys messaging me. All right. Been catching up with some of my buddies that are overseas right now. Been Snapchatting them this morning.
That time was a 1:56.14.
Starting to get a little bit of wobble in the car as I'm heavy braking, like right there. I think that's just because of the different grip levels again from the tires. One side might be slipping a little bit more than the other while it's gripping up, slowing down. So I just gotta be very careful and cognizant about how I'm braking when I'm braking. I don't want to accidentally spin out. Yeah, I definitely felt a loss of grip going around that right-hander. Y'all can't see it in the stream, but I have the triple monitor set up. You can see the corner of my far left monitor there. But the FOV that having the triple monitors gives me is just insane. I used to do a lot of VR for the sim racing, and I thought that was like the pinnacle of sim racing, was having the VR, because it's very immersive. But I don't know, man. Having these triple monitors, I feel is like far superior to even VR. I tried streaming to where y'all would be able to see all 3 monitors, but it just messes with how the stream looks on it, and it just looks low effort. Very pixelated too if I don't get the resolutions right. I'm not very experienced with streaming. This is my first ever go around with it. So I just have y'all set on the center screen. That's all y'all really need to see anyways. It's where I'm going. You can gather what you need to from that. The side monitors, they don't really play much of a part other than when I'm like wheel to wheel with someone giving a battle on the side. It just makes me that much more of a safer driver.
99.
Here soon I'm gonna have to ditch this sweatshirt. Last couple days just laying in bed recovering from the wisdom teeth removal. You know, I've been bundled up in sweatshirts, sweatpants, just chilling. And it's felt great. But sitting here moving around with the racing sim fighting the force feedback, getting kind of warm. Oh yeah, there's definitely lots of grip around those corners. Overcooked it there. I definitely was not hard on the brakes.
Time 1:56.94.
I swear I'm not picking my nose, it just itches. Ow. Yeah, that front end's losing grip hardcore.
Time 1:56.85.
I have about 11 more laps before I need to pit again. I've lost about 6 seconds on my lead over P2. Hopefully I'm still, like, I want to be 20 seconds ahead when I pit in 11 laps. Like, I'm okay with losing more ground. I just don't want to be, I don't want them, like, right up my ass when I'm trying to pit. I just don't want to have a little bit of a lead. So when I come out of the pits, he'll be ahead of me. I have to make up ground, but again, I'll have fresh tires and I'll be able to, like, push hard. I need to get around these guys. I'm gonna keep them in front of me around this portion and pass them on the straight. Less risky. Don't want to be taken out of the race because I'm impatient. Outbreak, I'm coming in. Lock up a little bit. Slide. Traffic can be your best friend or your worst friend in these races. It's all dependent on how you can get around them, and the people you're behind, or the people who are behind you,
7.2.
maybe they have a rougher time getting around them, around some corners where you pass them on a straight and it holds them up. Or if you're trying to catch up to someone, they get stuck behind them and you can catch up. But it goes either way. Like, traffic can hurt you or help you in these races. That's why I like the LMP2 class. Like, anytime you see me streaming LMU, I'm always using the LMP2. Because it's not the fastest spec car, so you got people passing you. And it's not the slower spec car, so you have traffic that you gotta pass. So you kind of get the best of both worlds on it. If you're a hypercar, you're just like passing everyone. You got nothing to worry about. If you're a GT3, everyone's passing you, and you gotta be cognizant about that. LMP2, you gotta keep your eye on where you're going, who you're passing, and also in your rear view, so you're not impeding traffic of the faster cars. And also Spike the Dragon, the car I'm in now, is my favorite racing team of all time. LMP2 cars are a lot more simple than the hypercars too. Hypercars are like really technologically advanced. They're incredible cars with their hybrid systems, their battery regeneration, and all the stuff you gotta manage with that. It's really cool, but I'm just not at that level yet for this sim racing. LMP2 is a lot more simple. I got medium tires, I got a tank of gas, and a V8 engine, and I go. I don't have to worry about maintaining battery levels, your virtual energy, or anything like that. I just race until I'm out of fuel. You know, as I progress in the game and get more comfortable with it, learn more strategies and how things work, I'll eventually move up into racing these hypercars for the co-op races. But as of right now, like me and my cousin Finnis, who's my main teammate, we're very comfortable with the LMP2 and the GTE cars. It's what we know the most. Our third teammate, my buddy Corbin, for this Le Mans race, the 12-hour one that we're gonna do later. He hopefully soon will be getting a full sim racing setup, so he can, you know, be a little bit more competitive in this game with us. But he does it on a controller, and the last time we did, he helped us was for the Fuji race, and he actually held his own pretty well with the controller for a game that's built for sim cockpits and sim setups. I was impressed with what he was able to put down with the controller. So hopefully he can keep that going with the Le Mans race. This coming up week in iRacing, I'll be streaming that again. The last 2 weeks have been for the Ferrari Challenge have been tracks that I don't own. This coming up week is Fuji, I believe. Excuse me. I believe it's Fuji, which I do have that track. So I'll be able to stream some more iRacing by that. by then that should get me out of the D class license into the C class license, because I'm right there. I'm like maybe 0.1, 0.2 points away. So I'm so close. Even if I don't get out of D class with the fast promotion, at the end of this month when the season is over, I've met the requirements to get promoted to C class by the end of the season. So.
Time 156.59.
8 more laps until I need a pit. I'm definitely feeling the meds are affecting my head a little bit with all the movement on the screen, but it's not making me sick or anything. That's good. I was nervous about feeling nauseous or something, but I think I'm fine for the most part. Until I go around a corner like that. That's not fine. That was awful. I don't know what just happened. I think I'm gonna have to rely on more engine braking than braking, as these tires are getting a lot lower on tread. Your brakes will be less effective too, because with the rubber on your tire, the tread life is the only thing connecting your car to the road. And if your tread is not getting grip, your brakes are technically not slowing you down either, because your tire will just slide instead of actually grip and stop. This will be the longest race me and my cousin have done in this game. Previously it was the 6 hours at Imola race we did, where we did 3 hours each. That was a very fun race. But since this is the 8-hour one, we're doing 4-hour stints, so technically an hour longer than what we've done before per driver. Look, he's about to swerve me off the track. Okay. Lights are coming on around the track. Sun's going down. I wonder if that probably translates into slightly cooler track temperatures, which means tires will last a little bit longer. Ooh, almost locked up the tires there. I thought I was way too late on the braking there. Holy cow. Oh, that's horse shit. Really? Give me a track cut penalty for that? I was on the curb. shit. That was almost bad. That curb bounced up my car as I was braking. I thought I was about to spin. So what these cars are equipped with in real life is usually what I do for the settings in the game. So for like LMP2 cars, they have ABS, they have traction control, so I use those. Same with the GTE, GT3 cars. The hypercars do not have ABS, so whenever I do occasionally do the hypercar races in single player, I'll turn the ABS off. I usually lock up the tires quite a bit because I'm not used to it, but I try to keep it as realistic as possible. But that's why I do have traction control and ABS enabled in the LMP2 car, because it has it in real life. I'm able to change my traction control levels with some of the rotary encoders on my wheel I have, because I have the Fanatec Formula 1 wheel. So I have my traction control set to max right now just because of tires are pretty low on wear. I don't want to accidentally gun it too much, get too much slip angle, lower my lap times even more. Hypercars, you can change like the traction control slip angle, the when it cuts on, when it cuts off, the levels of it. Like there's just so many different things you can adjust with the hypercars. For the LMP2 car, I can also adjust my brake bias on the fly with some of the switches I have. Right now I have it 52% of the braking in the front, 48 in the rear. If I need more rotation, you can push it more towards the rear as you're braking. You'll get more rotation out of the car. It's kind of like, it's all about what you prefer as a driver too. If I use someone else's settings and they're like super fast, it might not vibe with my driving style, and it might make me even slower. So you just kind of got to play with your settings, play with your setups also for your car, and just see what feels the best. You want to be fast, but you want to be smooth, especially in multiplayer racing. If you're not smooth and you're just wrecking into everyone, you're not helping yourself. You're just going to ruin your safety rating. Safe driving is the most important than fast driving. You need to learn how to race safely before you learn how to race fastly. Like that. That was really smooth, actually. I'm surprised that went as well as it did with the AI. I'm getting some like frame rate drops on this portion of the track only. I don't know why. Almost looks like it's dropping down to like 60 FPS, maybe less. I don't think I was having that issue the other night when I was playing. The performance of this game though has been very solid on my computer. I have a fairly high-end specs PC, but usually when games like this are by small studios and have had some issues, performance and optimization isn't where it should be. But I have been impressed with how well this game is run, at least on my PC. In the past there was a lot of issues with some artifacting, some black squares artifacting on the screen with AMD GPUs, which I have. I don't know if they've particularly fixed that, but once I got my triple monitor set up and had that set up in the settings, the artifacting has gone away. So I don't know if that was an issue with me using a single screen setup, or if they like fixed it with an update. But I'm not having that at all anymore. That's how I'm able to use cockpit mode now, because before the artifacting wouldn't happen if I was in bumper cam. So if you go back and watch any of my videos or clips from the 6 hours of Imola, that's why I was using bumper cam in that one, because that was the only view I could use without the artifacting. Oof. Was not hard enough on the brakes there. That corner, and then this set of corners I'm coming up on, has become more and more tricky now that my tires have been worn out. It's been harder to judge it. Yeah, the frame rate right here is awful for today. I don't know why. Holy cow. This is also where the AI freaked out the last race and all just kind of stopped in the track, so I wonder if that has something to do with it. Flashed up track limit evaluation again, but it didn't give me any track limits. One thing I'm kind of disappointed about with the switch from GTE, which is the cars in front of me right now, to the GT3, which is what they use this year, is the Porsches. The Porsches, GT3 is obviously still an incredible car. They got first and second in the championship for GT3, the 91 and 92. But the GTE Porsche RSR absolutely screamed. It sounded mental. And in person, the new ones, extremely quiet. Like, I could barely hear them at the racetrack. And I know that has to do with, like, however they engineered it, or the spec restrictions, or whatever, but the GTE RSR is one of the best sounding race cars I've ever heard in my life. Hopefully that didn't damage any of my aero. Just trying to outbrake him to get around him on the entry of that corner, and tires just weren't there for it. So I didn't lose nearly as much time as I expected on my lead from P2 during this second stint of tires. Still at a 36-second lead. He may or may not pass me during the pit stop. Probably will, because fuel for some reason takes so long. But I'm going to throw on 4 fresh new mediums, full tank of gas. Hopefully don't have to worry about repairs after that little bump last lap. And I'll be back on my way to claw the victory back. I've got the AI difficulty set to 90% this time. The default setting, like for intermediate, is 85%. Obviously, the higher difficulty you have it at, the more points you get for these co-op races. So me and Finis are trying to get relatively high on the leaderboards, obviously, so I have it on 90. Sometimes they feel insanely fast for no reason. Sometimes they feel like they are going around a corner way slower than they need to. You saw that quite a bit with some of the hypercars I was battling with last stream. But I feel like it's a good sweet spot. Wearing my World Endurance Championship hat. I got this when we were at COTA, Circuit of the Americas, for the WEC race there. I try to wear some sort of car racing wear while I'm doing my streams for racing games. Alrighty. So let's not make that mistake again and accidentally not put fresh tires on. Alright, so brand new ones all the way around. Fuel, full tank. Good, there's no repairs that need to be made, so that bump didn't hurt anything. Probably just rub some paint. That's about it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to pause the stream real quick though. I'm going to use this chance to, I'm going to go down and get some Gatorade, get a drink. I'll be back up, use the bathroom, 5 minutes at the max, so I'll be back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I am back. Climb back in the cockpit, and then we'll get this race going up again. Okay. Let's double check everything. New tire, new tire, new tire. Full tank of gas. No repairs. Start driving. Let's get those lights turned on too. I got brand new cold tires on, so I gotta be careful. I'll take a lap or two to get them up to temperature. As you can see right there, that was a bit too fast. Man, I don't know what's going on. This frame drop over on this section of the track is brutal.
Alright, I need to look at the settings because that frame drop's pretty bad. I think it has something to do with the lighting set. Oh, I can't change it in the game. Dang. Okay, well never mind. I'm not adjusting the settings. Has to be done like at the main menu. I think it's something to do with the lighting because it kind of started as it started getting all the lights around the track on. Maybe I have the lighting effects up too high. I'm gonna drop it down a little bit. Because triple monitors is a lot harder to run than like a single monitor, even VR, honestly. Because I'm pretty much using my graphics card to generate 3 different pictures instead of just one. So it's not like a wider picture stretched across three screens. It's 3 pictures projected onto 3 screens. So I'm flashing my headlights at them while I'm coming up behind them. I don't know if it does anything in real life, or in the game, but in real life they flash it to kind of like, you know, have people aware that they're coming around them. Or if it's 2 drivers battling it out in the same classic car, they'll do that to kind of, you know, put pressure, get in their minds, make them mess up. Hoping that would clean my windscreen. I don't know if there is a way to clean your windscreen in this game, because in real life there would be tear-offs. The little plastic sheets on the windscreen that they just tear off and then it's clean again. The drivers in Formula 1 have that on their helmet visor. Alright, 5 hours remaining. Shit. I misjudged that big time. Just gonna stay very inside of them. That was awful. I don't know what the hell was going on with me there. Hey, buddy. I guess he didn't want to stay and watch. My braking's really bad for that turn one. That GTE car was right up my ass on that braking zone. I don't really feel consistent with my braking with these pedals, so hopefully whenever my new ones do get in, they're as good as people have said they are, and it'll make my braking a little bit more consistent once I learn it. Got some Simpson Pro pedals. It's just a gas and a brake pedal. I don't ever use shifters or hand brakes or anything like that, so I don't really need a clutch pedal, because I just do this kind of racing. But they are hydraulic brake and gas pedals, so they have like a little hydraulic strut like that would hold the hood of your car up if you have like the automatic ones. Just to give it more of a realistic feel. They have different tensioners on there too, so you can change like how stiff or not stiff your pedal is going to be. So I just need to play around with that, see what I like the most once I get them. Very customizable. They look really cool too. I'm just the most excited for the cockpit, the Track Racer TR120 cockpit. It's just going to be so much more enjoyable to sit behind and race on. Don't get me wrong, I feel very fortunate to have what I have now too. Like, the setup I have now is incredible, and this is what really got me into sim racing this time. Because I've had plenty of setups before, like very entry level wheel stands, like a Logitech G920. And it was cool, but it never really captured my interest until the setup I'm playing on now. Once I got this one, my first ever direct drive setup, and my first ever real cockpit with a chair and everything, this is what got me addicted to sim racing. But I'm very fortunate to have all this, but I'm very excited to take it to that next level. I may not be good, but I'll have professional level equipment. Eventually I'm going to trade in this Fanatec 8 Newton meter direct drive wheelbase I have, and get a Sim Magic Alpha wheelbase with their GT Neo wheel. That's my dream wheelbase and wheel right now. It's got 15 Newton meters of torque, whereas like the wheelbase I'm using now is 8 Newton meters, so almost double the power in it. But I'd say the most important part of a sim setup is having a nice, sturdy, good cockpit. And then the second most important thing is having good, high quality pedals. The pedals is what's going to get you faster and get you more consistent. Because if you have pedals that can work with you. The power of your wheelbase and all the buttons and switches on your wheel aren't going to make you faster. It may offer more realism or more customizability, stuff like that, but pedals is what's going to make you faster. I don't know if this frame drop is translating over the stream to look terrible, but it's pretty drastic right now whenever I get on that part of the track. shit. I was looking up at the top left for the gap that I'm building on P2. Didn't realize I was coming in too hot.
Pause it here on the straight, take a quick little sip.
Hopefully me drinking that was not loud.
Okay.
I'm fighting a little bit of drowsiness. I've slept so much over the past, let's say Saturday, past 3 days since I had my wisdom teeth removed. Between the medicine that's been on, and then general anesthesia and all that, the last 3 days have just been a lot of sleeping. Almost slid off there. Laps left before I gotta pit again. stay up a gear, kind of coast in the corners, save some gas. Try to stretch it out to 10 laps. I don't know if it's possible, but let's try it. fighting off some drowsiness. Whew. So I'm getting quiet. I'm sorry, guys. Trying to focus and not fall asleep. Not because the game's boring or anything. losing roughly 1% a lap on my front left. And that's with the relatively like conservative driving I've been doing, upshifting, not going around these corners at full speed, sliding and stuff. So I'm still maintaining like right at a 54 second lead on P2, even with driving like this. So I'd rather drag these tires and gas out for as long as possible and extend the time I have to take for pit stop than burn through it all and have to pit more and sooner. Because the less tires I use, the more Finis will have for the last half of the race, which will make his lap times faster. He is a slightly faster driver than me. It'll also maximize the lead we have on P2. Excuse me, come on the inside.
Time was a 1:55.20.
Save the gas. I'm not gonna be able to extend it to be another lap after this. Okay, final pit stop of my stint. Alright, we're gonna leave the tires we have on now. Full fuel. Hey buddy. Just gonna do 10 gallons of fuel. That'll put us just under 4 hours left. That'll use up these tires for the most part. That leaves Finis. Should be plenty of tires. 18 tires. So he has 4 sets. Hey buddy boy. Come to say hello on the stream, Rummel. Big old goofball. Trying to decide if I want to finish this stint or go take a nap. So keep in time, it's just gonna be a 24-second stop, practically 25. Laps. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. Come on. There we go, coming out right at P2. And of course he bumps me. Tires are cold again. Seems like he has. There we go. Oops. Slid a little there. That was a bad exit.
That time was a 1:54.06.
P2's gonna pit because he has yet to pit. He's gonna need fuel soon. Shit.
Time 1:53.76.
I don't even think P3's pitted yet. If he had, I'd be more than 26 seconds ahead of him. I'm full lap ahead of P4, and I know they pitted last lap, the lap before. I passed them when they were in the pits. So P2, P3, and 2 should be pitting soon. Or they're about to run out of gas.
Lap 1:54.04.
There we go, P2's pitting. Time to lay down a good lap. Get that lead. Almost 90 seconds ahead of P, who will be P2. Because now P2 needs to pit still. almost a full lap ahead of P3 too. P3 as well. He's just right in front of me. He just came out of the pits. Oh, fuck me. I locked up on the curb trying to avoid getting hit by the Porsche. About spun around. Shit. That definitely did damage to my front end. There we go. I'm a lap up over P3 and 4. Ooh.
Lap drop 55.80.
What in the world? Hopefully they hold him up on this straight. Oh, no grip. I lost a lot of front end grip right there.
Time
lap. Final lap of my stint. And then it'll be switched over to Finis. See if we can keep this lead for P2 to 97 seconds. Don't want it to drop below to like 96 or anything. So it's that much easier. 4 hours remaining. That's of the race total. Woo-wee!
Time 1:57.70.
Go ahead and select that. Let's go ahead and put that all the way. So, when Finis gets on and does his stunt, he'll have fresh tires, full tank of gas, and should still be about 40 seconds ahead of P2. Go ahead and message him and let him know. Alright, so that concludes the stream for today. Just giving my teammate, my cousin Finis, who's going to take over for the next stint. I'm going to give him his driver's briefing so he knows what to expect. But yeah, soon I'll be streaming our 12 hours of Le Mans stint, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, I'll see y'all later.